Welcome to this explainer. So, picture this. You wake up, brew your morning coffee, and step out your front door, only to literally trip over a real, living, breathing Pikachu sitting right on your porch. I mean, it's the ultimate childhood fantasy, right?
But let's be real for a second. If that actually happened tomorrow morning, it would be absolute chaos. We're talking schools shutting down instantly, scientists totally losing their minds, and basically the world as we know it changing forever. Which means we kind of have to step back and ask ourselves a much deeper question. Would living side by side with these incredible creatures actually be as amazing as we've always imagined?
Section 1. The day everything changed. The initial shock.
Okay, so day one, the global reaction would just be overwhelming. Think about it. You'd have Pikachu roaming around local dog parks, Charmander just casually navigating busy city crosswalks, and Squirtle swimming in public lakes. Of course, native birds and local wildlife, yeah, they would absolutely bolt in pure fear. They wouldn't know what to do with these super-powered beings. And human nature being what it is, millions of us would just be frozen in awe, frantically recording every single impossible moment on our phones. It would be a viral explosion unlike anything in human history. Now, it's super fun to picture these cute, recognizable starter creatures popping up in our backyards, but you really have to wonder, what happens when the legendary Pokémon show up? Well, stick around through this explainer because as we'll see, the strongest, most massive Pokémon might not even be the biggest problem humanity would eventually face. Section 2. Daily Life and Science. Adapting to our new neighbors.
So human society would have to pivot incredibly fast. Month 1, that's just categorized by global panic and sheer disbelief. But, we adapt pretty quickly. By month 3, governments are scrambling to pass emergency laws just for basic protection. By month 6, we'd actually start seeing the birth of an entirely new economy. We're talking brand new careers for professional trainers, specialized veterinarians, and researchers. And astonishingly, by the time we hit year 1, they're fully integrated. They're helping out police, firefighters, and schools are suddenly teaching Pokémon care as a standard core subject.
Naturally, scientists would drop everything to study these impossible abilities. Think about it for a second. Electric types could completely revolutionize renewable energy, basically offering a clean, theoretically infinite power source to seamlessly run our biggest cities. Botanists would definitely study grass types to develop highly advanced farming techniques. Water types, they'd be analyzed for fluid dynamics to help with lightning-fast rescue missions. And psychic types would completely rewrite human neurology, opening the door to just unprecedented medical discoveries. The sheer volume of these benefits would essentially spark a new golden age for human advancement. We're talking about drastically faster rescue missions that could save countless lives, and cleaner energy grids that could literally solve our climate crisis overnight. We'd see vastly improved farming, ending food shortages for good, brand new medical breakthroughs curing the untreatable, and honestly, even deep space exploration, propelled by creatures that can easily survive extreme conditions. With families eagerly adopting them left and right, and schools actively teaching kids how to care for them, you really have to wonder about your own place in the society. Like, which Pokemon would you choose as your very first partner to navigate this bold new world? It's a wonderful thought experiment, but before you lock in your choice, we really do need to look at the darker side of this reality. Section 3. The Hidden Dangers. When superpowers clash. If we're treating this scenario seriously, we absolutely have to acknowledge the terrifying consequences here. We dream of fast emergency rescues, infinite clean energy, and curing complex diseases, but the reality on the ground, it's far darker. We'd be facing totally unpredictable wild attacks from creatures that can literally breathe fire or shoot high-voltage electricity. We'd experience dangerous weather anomalies just because certain species decided to migrate. And we'd have to constantly deal with giant, powerful creatures getting into territorial battles that could easily level entire city blocks.
Because wild Pokémon would inevitably trigger these uncontrollable weather events or local destruction, cities would be forced to massively redesign their infrastructure. We're talking raising power lines, heavily reinforcing buildings against earthquakes caused by stray ground types, and basically just making room for giant creatures in our urban spaces. Because of this, governments would have to take some unprecedented steps, passing incredibly strict new laws just to keep humans and Pokémon safe from each other.
As these dangerous encounters inevitably escalate, it really forces us to ask a super uncomfortable question. Would humans actually still be the rulers of Earth? Up until now, human intelligence has kept us squarely at the top of the food chain. But what happens when you introduce creatures that are not only vastly stronger and faster than us, but can literally bend the elements to their will? It's a scary thought. Section 4. The Legendary Threat. Gods Among Us. Mewtwo, Lugia, Rayquaza, Dalga, Arceus. If mythological beings like these suddenly just appeared in our skies or our oceans, it could completely change life on Earth in a single instant. We wouldn't just be dealing with cute little animals that generate a bit of static electricity anymore. We'd be dealing with entities of completely incomprehensible power. The sheer appearance of legendary Pokémon would literally rewrite the laws of nature. We are no longer talking about wild animals that just need to be trained. We are talking about uncontainable forces. I mean, Dialga is said to control time, Palkia controls space, Rayquaza controls the climate itself. How exactly does a human government legislate a being that can alter reality? Well, they can't. We would be entirely at their mercy, just hoping they view us with benevolence rather than hostility. Section 5. A shared future, 100 years later. But despite all these immense threats and the absolute chaos of those early years, let's fast forward and imagine an inspiring new world a century from now. We'd likely have fully integrated cities, designed entirely from the ground up to accommodate both species safely. We'd see massive, stadium-filling sports leagues totally replacing traditional entertainment. There'd be highly specialized hospitals, advanced, clean transportation systems powered by these creatures, and perhaps most amazingly, joint space missions, pushing the boundaries of the known universe alongside astronauts. It's a breathtaking vision of collaboration. It really brings to mind a beautiful thought. The biggest adventure wouldn't be catching them. It would be learning how humans and Pokémon could share the exact same world. Ultimately, if this wild, fictional scenario actually became real, daily life would be incredibly unpredictable. But the true adventure isn't about dominance or catching things in little spheres. It's about learning to share our incredibly diverse planet with beings completely unlike ourselves. So I want to leave you with one final, provocative question to think about today. Which Pokémon would you actually choose as your partner if they became real right now? Who would you trust to stand by your side, to protect you, and to help you brave this dangerous, amazing new world? Tell us your choice down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more deep dive explainers just like this one. Thanks so much for exploring this with me today.